people are going to say, well, we are merely standing up for our religious beliefs. We are Christians and we want to make sure that, we are protecting our children. Well, we know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. Number one, if they cared about protecting children, then they would care about protecting trans children. And we know the way that we protect our children is not by forcing them into the closet. It's not by forcing them to live their lives in fear. It's not by denying them the self-determination. It is by uplifting them, protecting them, making sure that they're able to be themselves, making sure that they feel safe so that they can come out to us and be their true selves. They are doing the exact opposite of that. Their work is directly contributing to the deaths of children all across this country. So it is absolutely imperative that we make sure that their work is not successful, that we combat their hatred and their spread of misinformation with the truth. Do you all know that we established a California-wide Trans History Month last week in the state of California? It's efforts like that, opportunities to spread the truth about the trans community, who we are, what we have done, the ways in which we contribute to society, that we fight back against the spread of misinformation and injustice, that we signal to trans kids, trans people, trans families that we care, that they are important, and that they are a part of society. And for those people who say, well, this is a modern creation, no, trans people have always been here, honey. In cultures all across the world where we think about the Fa'afafeni, the Fakaleti, the Mahu, the Two-Spirit people, in so many iterations across so many cultures, trans and gender non-conforming people have not only existed, but been celebrated. Their contributions have been uplifted, and they have given us so much across the world. And let me tell you, these people are not Christians. Jesus spoke about love and acceptance and fighting for the least of us. These people are spreading hate and death. They are not Christians, they're not Muslims, they're not any of the Abrahamic religions. They are people who are invested in destroying people's lives, in destroying the progress that we have made as a society, in creating a more loving society, in expanding gender justice, and expanding the rights of women. We know that trans rights are connected to the right of bodily autonomy. Trans rights are a part of the liberation of all people, especially women. Do you know that a black woman, a cisgendered black woman, was killed by someone who suspected that she was trans? Because of people like this woman right here, people who force their idea of what a woman is onto others, onto our society. That led to the death of not only trans women, but cisgender women. Cisgender women. We're gonna do this chant real quick. When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans kids are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans kids are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans kids are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Are we going back? Hell no! 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 Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia has got to go!
No TERFs! No KKK! No fascist USA! 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 No TERFs! No
USA.
Something that bothers me as a feminist is that trans exclusionary radical feminists are trying to use the word feminist. It is not feminist to align yourself with people who are trying to remove women's rights and are using trans folks as an excuse to start on doing that. It's not all right. They're the enemy. And they are not feminists.
No.
All right, next I want to call up Eric Curry, local activist.
I was not expecting to speak, but first off, congratulations. Look at this crowd. Look at our diversity. There are so many more of us than there are of them. I'm not here to take up too much space, but I have very specific messages for two groups here today. Number one, to the Turks that are here on our land, that are here on our community. Congratulations! The fascists played you like the fools that you are. If you somehow think that taking away the rights from trans women somehow validates your femininity more, I have a message for you. Prove that's not the case at all. Okay? Have you seen the attacks on reproductive justice, on reproductive rights happening across the country? Do you seriously think that the two are not combined? If life begins at conception, then why the hell doesn't child support? The second group that I want to speak to is all the other gay men, because I don't see enough gay men here. In the United States, any rights that we have as queer folks are due to the black and brown trans women who had it. Whether you want to go back to Stonewall or before that to Compton's Cafeteria right here in what is now the transgender district. The final note that I want to make is you don't have to be gay, you don't have to be queer, you don't have to be a person of color. Guess what? If you think that this does not affect you, when you think it does, it'll be much too late. Thank you, everyone, and fight on!
Personas trans unidas, jamás se you know what? I want jamás será vencida. Personas trans unidas, jamás será vencida. Personas trans unidas, jamás será vencida. 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 Trans unidas. All right, next I am pleased to introduce Bob, who is here representing the Freedom Socialist Party.
What kind is that?
Hello everyone, I'm so happy to see all of you here marching against these turfs and for the rights of trans people and for all people who are oppressed by the system that we're living in, that system that we call capitalism. As a member of the Freedom Socialist Party,
what I'm here to fight today is our people have always been a part of society.
Anyone else to speak? I'd like to say that the discrimination against trans people, the actions to kill and hurt trans people, it's all part of the whole system's plan to keep those of us, the vast majority of us, who have to work for a living, to keep us from uniting together and going against the people who own the Hilton Hotel and all the other rich folks in the world who don't have to work. They get all their wealth off of our backs, off of the work we do every year. I mean, I'm almost 65 years old. Every year that I've lived, they keep taking more and more away.
Care about humanity, about equal, about human beings.
Giving more and more to the rich, and it just keeps on going.
We
So
try not
those
to
of
be
us-
willfully ignorant.
As a gay man, I'm not here to support trans people. Those of us who are queer, people of color, women, people with disabilities, grannies, everyone else that works for a living, we have to join together. We have to not let them divide us. The Turks are falling right into that divide and conquer. And they're weakening the possibility that we can stop what people talked about earlier, which is the threat of fascism. So let's keep up efforts like this. Come out and support each other's demonstrations, whether it's for trans people, whether it's for workers on the strike line, which we're seeing more in Europe. Let's stand together and change the system. We can do it. We are the vast majority. Let us not be divided, and let us continue working together and pushing back against these proto-fascists like the Turks. Thank you.
No Turks, no KKK, no fascist USA. 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 No Turks, no KKK, no fascist USA.
We all agree with that.
Why are you addressing these people? You saw the first
You're walking around trying to
we are here to protest the TERF organization holding a conference in this hotel. We are the Freedom Socialist Party. We are radical women. We are Reproductive Justice San Francisco. And we don't stand for people coming to San Francisco to organize against trans folks. We're not here. We don't want them here. They're not welcome here. Why do they think that they can come into our town to organize against the most marginalized people? The people who suffer the most under capitalism, so that they can then organize to turn on the rest of us.
They're part of the church. They got their things on.
Yeah. No, it's nonsense. All right, so next I would like to welcome Jenna, who is going to be speaking on behalf of Reproductive Justice San Francisco, which is the local chapter of the National Mobilization for Reproductive Justice.